Good morning, students. Today our chapter is Morphology of Flowering Plants, chapter number 5. Chapter number 4 I will be delivering it after chapter 5, that is Animal Kingdom. But before this we will look at this chapter, Morphology of Flowering Plants. See, there is a difference between morphology and anatomy. Morphology is the external features what you study, whereas anatomy is the internal structure. Study of internal structure is called as anatomy. Now, morphologically we have to study all the parts of the plant such as root, stem and leaves in this chapter. And since the heading is flowering plants, that deals with angiosperm plants, because as you know, flowering plants are angiosperms. Okay, now I have already told you in my previous lectures that the Pteridophytes is considered to be the first vascular plants. The vascular plants means the plants which have true root, stem and leaves. You know, true roots consist of xylem and phloem. True stem consists of xylem and phloem. True leaves consist of xylem and phloem. So there is a differentiation in the whole plant body. The plant body is divided into true root, stem and leaves. Here in this we are dealing with the highest level of plant, that is angiosperm plant. Apart from true root, stem and leaves, they have flower and fruits also. So now let us look at this. Now you know that in case of angiosperms you can easily distinguish between the root part, stem part and leaves part. Moreover, you can also easily tell the functions of root, stem and leaves. Now, first let us discuss something about roots. The roots basically have their origin from the radicle. Radicle is present inside the embryo. It is actually a part of embryo. Radicle and plumule. Radicle and plumule. These are the parts of embryo. Radicle give rise to roots and plumule give rise to shoot or stem. We'll be first of all talking about various kind of roots present in various kinds of plants. So in dicots, that is dicotyledonous plants, the roots basically have a primary root. You will observe that one main root will be growing and various kind of primary and secondary rootlets will appear on them. These are primary and secondary rootlets. So this is called as tap root system. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Tap root system. Now tap root arises from the radicle. They have their origin from the radicle. One root is the primary root, and from the primary root arises secondary and tertiary roots. Now let us talk about fibrous root. See, in dicots such as neem, mango plant, you will observe such thing. Now let us talk about fibrous roots. Fibrous roots. In case of fibrous root, the main primary root is dead because of certain conditions, and many root arises from the base of the stem. Many roots arises from the base of the stem. That is, the primary root dies, and after that many such roots arises from the base of the stem. Here you will not be able to distinguish between the main root and other secondary and tertiary root as such. This you will observe in case of wheat plant. Wheat plant. In certain other roots such as adventitious roots, adventitious roots will arise from any plant part. Examples of adventitious roots includes banyan, grasses, monstera. Here the root will arise from any part of the plant. You must have observed in case of banyan roots, there are certain roots which arise from the branches and they go towards the ground, they move towards the ground. So they are negatively geotropic. They are positively geotropic, they move towards the ground, but they act as a support for the main trunk, trunk of the plant. But they arise from the stem portion in case of banyan. So that is the example of adventitious roots. Okay. Now let us discuss about the functions of root. It is very simple. Functions you already know. It provides water and minerals to the plant. Moreover, it provides anchorage to the plant, and apart from that it has got certain other functions. It provides additional support to the plant. It helps in soil. It prevents soil erosion. You can say it prevents soil erosion. Then certain roots, they store food. They act as a food storing organ. So that is also one of the feature of root. So these are all functions. Function is, first you say it provides water and minerals, provides water and minerals. Then anchorage, or you can say support. Third is modifies into food storing organ. As in case of sweet pea में अगर आप देखें तो that is actually a root which is modified to store food. Potato case में the stem has been modified into food storing organ, but in case of sweet potato, root has been modified into food storing organ. So these are all things, these are all functions of root. Now let us talk about certain other things. Now let us talk about regions of root. Firstly, I have to draw a particular diagram and we will study about the regions of the root. See, all these are rootlets, and you know the rootlets help in absorption of water and minerals, root cap, zone of meristematic activity. Zone of elongation. Zone of maturation. See, these are the various regions of the root responsible for various kind of functions. The part which is present very near to the root cap, just next to the root cap, is called as zone of meristematic activity. Meristematic means the ability to divide and form a new cells. That are called as meristematic regions. So these cells which are present very near to the root cap, they have the ability to divide and form new two cells. These again two cells will divide and form new two cells. This will continue. So that is called as zone of meristematic activity. Now what happens is, suppose this is a cell having a meristematic activity, it divides to form two new cells. Now this first cell and this second cell, this has got a meristematic activity, that is first cell, but second cell, it loses its meristematic activity. इसने अपनी meristematic activity को क्या कर दिया, lose कर दिया. तो अब ये क्या होगा, it will start to elongate, ये बड़ा होने लगेगा साइज में. ये सेल अब छोटा नहीं रह जाएगा क्योंकि अब ये डिवाइड तो हो नहीं सकता. It will start elongating. So certain cells which loses the property of meristematic activity starts to elongate, और वो सेल्स यहाँ पे आ जाते हैं जहाँ पे लिखा है zone of elongation. कुछ सेल्स जो होते हैं वो साइज में बड़े होने लगते हैं. Now after some time, the cells which has lost its meristematic activity starts to increase in size, and attain after some time it differentiates and adopt a new function. उसमें डिफ्रेंसिएशन आता है, वो एक पर्टिकुलर फंक्शन को अडॉप्ट कर लेता है. You must have heard about various type of tissue such as parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. ये डिफ्रेंसिएशन होता है सेल्स में. Cells are undergoing a process of differentiation and they are acquiring a new function. Some of the cells which have elongated now, which have become very big, now differentiate into another kind of cells. They have lost their meristematic property, they have elongated also, now differentiating into another kind of cell. Suppose this has acquire a new property, new function, and this has now become parenchyma cells. Number of cells having a property of storage of food can be called as parenchyma. Number of cells together, they constitute a tissue, and that is called as parenchyma tissue. So naturally, some of the cells which have now lost the property of elongation, they are no more elongating, they have acquired their definite shape and size, now acquire a new property, and they are now under another zone called as zone of maturation. They have matured, differentiated, and now become a part of a particular function, they have acquired a new function. For example, they may be able to store food, they may be able to perform photosynthesis, they may act as a mechanical tissue. Some of them acquire new functions, that is mechanical function, become sclerenchyma. The lignin deposits, the lignin starts to deposit around the cells. Slowly they loses their protoplast, and now they are acquiring a new function of मैकेनिकल टिश्यू. तो क्या होता है कि जो सेल्स जो मेरिस्मेटिक होते हैं धीरे धीरे वो अपनी जो प्रोलिफरेटिंग एक्टिविटी होती है, सेल डिवाइडिंग प्रॉपर्टी होती है, उसको लूज़ कर देते हैं. उनमें से कुछ सेल्स ये ऊपर की तरफ आ जाते हैं एंड दे कम अंडर जोन ऑफ इलोंगेशन. कुछ सेल्स होते हैं दे कंटिन्यू देयर मेरिस्मेटिक एक्टिविटी. Some cells they lose their merismatic activity and now they come under zone of elongation. एक डेफिनेट शेप एक्वायर करने के बाद उनका साइज और नहीं बड़ा हो सकता. नाउ दे डिफ्रेंशिएट एंड फॉर्म अ न्यू फंक्शन, नाउ दे डिफ्रेंशिएट एंड एक्वायर अ न्यू फंक्शन. सो दे नाउ कम अंडर जोन ऑफ मैच्योरेशन. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द रूट्स. Modifications of roots we will be talking in our next lecture. Thank you.